After 20 years of selling Boston Whaler, I often get asked, what's your favorite boat? And my reply usually is, it depends what we're doing. If it's social and it's going to be a bunch of couples and we want to get over to Clayton for Sunday brunch on a morning and there's a few couples going, it's probably going to be a Vantage. The 24 Vantage I'm on right now is a good example of how to really, really build a great 24-foot dual console bow rider. In this case, the Boston Whaler 240. And so why is that? Well, it just does people well. And it doesn't matter if it's two people, two couples, four couples, the boat seating really, really is inviting. And everybody's in one conversation. You don't have a couple of people stuck at a helm and then everybody else kind of near the back of the boat, secluded from the conversation. The heart and soul of every Vantage is the port seat. And the port seat is the flexibility that really makes this model special. So you've got a back-to-back there. In the previous configuration, it lays flat as a sunbed. A lot of times we'll jump in the boat, maybe two couples, we'll throw some towels down, and the girls will sit here and we'll just slow cruise. But everybody's in one conversation pit. The other thing about Vantages, which are really cool, is the amount of protection, both sun and wind and rain. So in this case, we've got a hardtop on this boat. We've got the full enclosure canvas. The canvas connects to the windshield. So where we are in the Thousand Islands, we might put a boat in the water early April, May, and it's cold. Doesn't matter. This is the boat you're going to jump in because you know that you can hide behind that windshield, behind that canvas, and still enjoy an afternoon and evening. If it's middle of July, which is where we're at now, you can sit underneath here and enjoy the shade offered by the hardtop or the sunscreen. We're just getting ready to go to Clayton last week for brunch, and two extra people decided they wanted to jump in. And so first thing we do is just grab this seat. One hand, you flip open a seat that is nice and high. You're not sitting on a floor. It's one of the best seats in the house, and it just showed up out of the transom of the boat. When you're not using that seat, as you saw, it folds back in the transom and just opens all of this space up. And this space was also central to when the boat was designed. Boat started life as a 23 Vantage back in 2013 and evolved to this model. But, the essence of the boat was the same. And that was patterned after, how do we create, a Chevy Suburban on the water? An Islander boat that's good for taking people, the potting soil in the spring for the gardens. How does it turn into a water sports boat? Can it tow tubes and wakeboarding and all that sort of thing? And that's where the Vantage does everything. Even to the point in 24 feet and a dual console, you end up with a nice wide double helm head. And that head in this size of boat is comfortable. You can get down in there. It's not super tight. It's not an afterthought. And so that's one of the other things. The ladies and, of course, the kids get on the boat and they want to know where the head is immediately. But it's one of the things that allows you to just stay out longer for an afternoon. You can load all your beverages up. You've got a counter for serving. It's just social. It's just super social. The captain loves it because he's in his own helm seat. Whaler decided to give a blank dash to put in the biggest screen. And the biggest screen is the GPS and it's the depth sounder, etc. But what I really, really love about Boston Whaler's approach to design on this for the captain was they get the electronics and they get the technology, but they also offered a row of analog switches. So if you've got a 30 or 40-year-old that wants to go everything through the screen, you can do that. But you can also, if you're not into the technology as much, you can default to old school switches that are right there ready to be used, identified easily. So it really caters to a wide group of people, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds and beyond. It just makes going out for the day super easy, comfortable. That's what Whaler's about, is hose and go easy. If it rains, you can it's got scuppers. You don't feel like you must cover all the canvas up. It's a boat that you could leave out for the evening and not feel guilty. My brother-in-law retired a few years ago, and he had the ability to pick one boat that we sell amongst all our product lines and all the Whalers. He picked, back in 2016, 10 years ago, he picked a 23-foot Vantage. And that boat sits at my dock. We both use it. And so I've had personal experience with this model for over 10 years. It's just another example of just Boston Whaler really getting design right for the customer in how they use it. And for that reason, this is one of my favorite boats. This boat's in our showroom here at Huck's. We've got an in-water event this weekend. We invite you to come down and see what we've got here.